Okay, let's try this again. So apparently not only am I horrible at live videos, I'm also horrible at recording videos. I'd already gotten through at least like 5 minutes of this video, and then I tried to turn the camera around and turned it off instead. So here we go, take two. Oh man. Okay, so today we're in my laundry room, but the reason I'm not doing a live video is because I want to take you outside and show you some plants outside, but I do have some plants inside too, so I wanted to start here and kind of show you the plants inside that I've got growing. I don't really have much outside right now, but some of the things are starting to come back from last year, and I'm not able to get soil now like I needed. I have raised beds and I needed a lot of soil, so I'm just not able to get that right now. So I've still got my seedlings started, and hopefully I'll be able to put them in the ground once I'm able to get soil again. Hopefully that will be before it's too late. So when I tried recording the video earlier, I picked another oracle card for today, and it's Archangel Michael, and he says, "You are safe. I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and your home." So this is one that I've picked before, and I find Archangel Michael is around me a lot. So thanks, Michael, for letting me know that I'm safe. All right, so my laundry room / exercise room has also turned into my plant hospital room because my kitten just, when we first got her in November, she totally terrorized a lot of my plants, especially the plants that were on the floor. I had a couple trees that we had got when we first moved in, and yeah, so I was going to show you them. But plants are resilient, as are we, so I'm going to turn this around without turning the camera off. And this poor little tree here, she brutalized, like ripped everything that tore the branches off of it. It's a money tree. I don't know if you can recognize the trunk, but it does have a little baby growth on here, so I'm hoping that it will eventually come back and I can save it, but I don't know. We'll see. Because of that new growth coming, I have high hopes. And she did the same thing to my avocado plant, ripped all the leaves off of it, but it, as you can see, has new growth coming back too. So I'm really excited about that because I used to have avocado plants a long time ago, and they got really nice and big, but I wasn't able to take them in one of my moves, so I started again a couple of years ago. And so I was so devastated when when she thought that they were toys. So I have a few little seedlings going down here. These are motherwort. They're almost ready to go out. I just put them in soil. They were in like little pods in my AeroGarden. So they're starting, these leaves will get a little pointier, and that's how you kind of identify them as motherwort. It's good for reproductive health. I think the cat did actually get this poor leaf. I don't think I have bugs. I hope I don't have bugs in here, but I think that's when I was transplanting them, my cat attacked him. So now I know better to keep them high and out of reach. This is another one that I'm really excited about. This is Calendula, Calendula officinalis. It is related to the marigold, so it'll have bright orange, yellowy orange flowers on it. And I hope I get a lot of this year because it's really great to make an oil out of it. It's really good for your skin. Over here, I've done this before. I don't know if you recognize, this is celery. I've done this before where you just put them in water and they start to root. I've never actually gotten celery out of it, but the greens are they're really flavorful, and you can put them in your salad too. But yeah, I just started these, so I don't think they have started to root at all yet. And I've got a few succulents back there. And these again are just, there's a lot of sun in this room. And a lot of them are coming back nicely. So I'm really excited about that. All right, so it feels so weird to be being able to move around. Over here, I've got my AeroGarden. Usually it uses a water filtration system, but I've just got these flats that they were in the water filtration system. They come in these like little pods that you stick in the holes and the water filters through them. But I'm trying to get them ready to go outside. So I have put them, oh, this is not what I thought it was. Oh, I think this might be mint or lemon balm. I thought this was another motherwort, but I think it smells like mint. But yeah, so I just took these out of the pods, out of the AeroGarden filtration system, and put them in these little pots with soil, just to get the roots growing better and ready to go outside. Eventually, I'll just try to bring them out in the sun during the day and then bring them back inside, just to get them used to going outside. Because in the past, I've been really bad about waiting, and I've been like, I can't wait to put them in the ground, especially when we first moved in and I actually had a garden to put plants in the ground. And I was just too excited about it and put them out too early, and they didn't really like it because it gets so hot here so quickly. The seedlings don't really do well with all this heat. So this is, yeah, I think this has got to be lemon balm because I don't have peppermint seeds, but it doesn't smell that lemony yet. It kind of smells minty. What else could it be? Oh, maybe it's lavender. I don't know. Well, that'll be exciting to figure out what it is. And then here I've got St. John's wort. You can tell by the rounded leaves. And if I were to hold them up to the sunlight, you'd be able to see they have these little dots, red dots that you can see when you hold them up to the light. And I think these should be St. John's wort as well. So that's everything that I am a little behind this year. I thought I was going to be on top of everything, but I'm not. So yeah, those are all my indoor plants, and I want to take you outside because I've got some fun stuff growing in the garden, even though I needed to get more soil and everything for this year. But I know Home Depot is still open, but I just really don't want to go out. So over here, somebody gifted me a rosemary bush when we first moved in, and I am so happy to have fresh rosemary. I come out here all the time and just pick a few sprigs off for dinner. And I also use this to dry to make massage oil, and it's great for your skin. If you've had a massage with me, it's probably been with the rosemary massage oil because I've got it growing right here, and I just take a few sprigs off, dry it, and then make it into an oil. So you've probably had rosemary massage oil if you've had a massage with me. But this is what I'm really excited about. This is garlic, and these are all going to be, I did 2 different types of garlic. I'm so excited about them. I cannot wait. I've tried doing garlic in containers before, but they didn't do well. I also didn't know as much about them as I think I do now, and hopefully they'll do good. I was supposed to let them flower and then let the flower die before you harvest the bulb. I had just I saw these plants and I checked out the bulb and there wasn't a bulb there, and I was like, oh, they're not working. So this is the best I've ever done. I'm so excited about it, and yeah, I can't wait. And the other thing that just kind of popped up, well, I planted the garlic, but this other plant over here, this really big one, I did try to start, this is mullein. I did try to start mullein seeds last year, but like I said, I transplanted all my seedlings too early and they didn't really do very well. But this came back in the fall because it's a perennial, and I've just let it go. It's really happy here. I also have one just randomly growing in the yard that I think I'm gonna try to transplant into the garden. But I don't know if you can see, they have really, really soft leaves, and it's good for your lungs. It helps, I think, regenerate lung tissue if it's damaged. But you can dry the leaves and smoke it. It kind of looks like tobacco leaves a little bit. But just how soft the leaves are, if you can imagine like that soothing your lungs, that's kind of how I remember what it's good for. And it'll eventually get a long stalk in the center here. They get really tall. They can get up to like 6 or 7 feet, and they'll have bright yellow flowers on them. And what do they call that? It's a long stalk, and then there'll be yellow flowers spiraling around it, and the flowers are used to make oils specifically for earaches. So I'm really excited to have that. It started growing in the fall, and I just kept letting it go. And there is another one just randomly growing in the yard that I think I'm going to transplant into the garden. And one last thing that is coming back from last year, I'm not going to touch it because this is stinging nettles. This is my favorite plant. If you watched my video yesterday when I was talking about tea, it's called stinging nettles for a reason. It has, I don't know if you can see, there's hairs on it, and when you touch the hairs, it flicks an acid on your skin and it burns. So that's why it's called stinging nettles, and I am not going to touch it. I have before. I mean, I recommend kind of feeling it. It's not that bad. It's kind of like an ant bite. So I think if I'm going to transplant it, I'm gonna wear rubber gloves, just because it's obviously growing in here with the garlic. I don't think it must have died back when I planted the garlic in the fall. And so, yeah, wear rubber gloves, because I have transplanted it, or even harvesting it, I've worn just like regular old garden gloves that are fabric, and the acid will go through the fabric and burn your hands. I learned that lesson the hard way. So these are raised beds, and I started them out by just covering them with cardboard, which is what's happening over on this section over here. I put the cardboard down, and that's just to prevent weeds from growing. They have come up. Weeds have come up anyways. There's even a dandelion in there. But I was planning on making this a second bed, and I just mulched it over with some leaves from the yard. But I'm gonna have to put a second layer of cardboard over there before I put soil on, just to kill all of the grass is coming up, the violets coming up. It looks like there's an onion in there somewhere. And one last thing, this I just found. I think this is, yeah, it is another mullein. Because it's got that soft leaf in here. So he must have, this is a butterfly bush. It's died back now, but it should be coming back soon. So when I transplanted this butterfly bush, I think I probably topped it off with some soil that maybe had seeds in it or something. I don't know how it ended up growing there. But there's a lot of stuff. I think the previous owners of this house must have like dumped their container gardens when they moved or something, because in the summertime this is all filled with mint, and I did not plant mint. Like there's some just regular old peppermint right here. There's some wild strawberries in here, but I think they must have just dumped their containers, because the mint goes crazy over here in the summertime. It drives my husband crazy because he has to mow around it, because I'm like, no, don't kill the mint. Because I use mint for tea, and then you can use mint for massage oil. I did make a peppermint massage oil last year of mint. I thought it was going to be cold outside. I'm wearing a sweatshirt, but I'm kind of hot. We had 80-degree weather on Saturday, and now it's like been going down in the 50s at night. I'm like, what is going on? If we don't have enough confusion as it is, why the heck is the weather going up and down and up and down and up and down? All right, so we're back down in the basement, and you can see where we were outside back there, where those garden beds. Eventually I'm going to have 4 sections in a circle, but that is a long work in progress. All right, so I know this is a shorter video today, but I've got some plans for you tomorrow that I'm going to get ready for, and hopefully that will be live, and I'll hope to see you then. Thanks, and have a good day.